Hi, I'm CA Megha Kotecha. This video is for my Capstone Project submission for AICA Level 2 course. I have developed a web-based application audit management system which helps from start to end in managing the audit. We can send kickoff emails from here. We can collect the evidences and also draft auditor's observation. So let us start. On the main screen, we have two options to log in, user login and auditor or partner login. So I'll log in through the auditor login. So this is how the dashboard looks like. Now we have multiple options under in this app. So first, I'll quickly take you through the entire app, and then we'll be start filling the data. So on dashboard, we can see how many active audits are there, what are the pending queries, how many controls are pending, how much are reviewed, how many are done. So we get all real-time data on the dashboard. Next is department. Which all departments are involved in audit. That is, we need evidences from multiple departments like finance, HR, payroll. So we can add those departments here. Next is users. The users who will be actually uploading the evidences will be added here. They will be linked to the department. Now, say finance or payroll department are included in the audit. So if the users are mapped to the department, the emails can be sent accordingly, and they can upload the evidences for the controls allocated to them. Next is partners. We can add partners here who will be responding to the evidences uploaded, who will be handling the user's query, or who will be drafting the observation. So those partners will be added here. Next is audit master. In organization, multiple audits take place throughout the year, like internal controls audit, payroll audit. So all those audits can be created here. Next is controls master. All the controls related to all the audits can be created here and then mapped to the audit name. Submitted evidences, evidence required, all will be displayed here. Next is emails. Once all the masters are ready and we want to start the audit, we want to send email. So we can select the audit for which audit we want to send the email. We can select from here and we can send the emails. Next is evidence. When the users will upload the evidences, all the data will be seen here. Auditor can respond to their queries from here, can draft their observations here. Next is reports. From time to time, we can download multiple reports from this section. What evidence are received, what are pending, what observations are closed, which are open. So all those can be downloaded from here. Next is settings. From here, we can download the backup in JSON or Excel format and also again restore it whenever it is required. We can also reset all the data if needed. So this is a quick overlook of the application. Now I'll show you how it actually works. So let me first create departments. We'll add few departments, say finance department. Next is HR and payroll. Procurement department. So I have created three departments. Now let us move to the users. Let me create few users. Email ID must be mapped so that the user can log in using that email ID. And we will map it to a department. Say it's from the finance department. Now let me add some more users. Say she is from HR and payroll department. I'll add one more user. And I'll say select procurement department and I'll save. So I've created three users here. Now, if we see, these passwords are auto-generated. Whenever I'm entering username, email ID and saving these details, the password, a unique password for each user is getting auto-generated. So now let me create some audits. Internal controls audit. Say period is, kickoff date is say If I want to finish it by say December. And I'll select finance and procurement department for this audit for the evidence collection. And I'll save this. Let me create one more audit, payroll compliance audit. Say the start date is, period starting is 1/4/25 to 30th June 25. Say kickoff date is 25/11/25, and I want to finish this by 5 December 2025. And I'm mapping HR and payroll department for collecting the evidences for this audit. Okay. So I've created two audits. Now let me move to controls. Now let us create few controls. We can have a control ID here, control statement. Bank reconciliation is prepared monthly and is approved. Okay, so now we can map this to audit. For this control is for which audit? Internal control audit or payroll audit? So I'll select internal control audit. What evidence is required? So I need approved reconciliation statement. If we want multiple evidences, we can also select multiple evidences by adding more evidence. And I need to map this to the department. So say I want this from finance department, so I'm mapping this to finance department, and I'll save this control. Let me add few more controls. IC dash 02. Vendor payment are approved by proper authority. Say I want to, this is also under internal controls audit. So I'll select internal control audit. Which evidence is required? Approve invoice. And I need one more evidence, payment proof. So this way I can add multiple evidence as well. And I say I need this from procurement department. So I'm mapping procurement department and I will save. Now let us create one more control for payroll audit. So the control statement is statutory return filing for PF and ESIC. So this will come under payroll compliance audit. So I'll select payroll compliance audit. What are the evidences required? I'll say PF challans and returns. And add one more. I'll say ESIC challans and returns. And I'll map this to say payroll department. And I'll save this. So we have created three controls here. Now let us go back and create partner. So I'll create a partner and I'll map say bank reconciliation control to this partner. So whenever a user to whom this control is allotted will raise any query or will submit the evidences, the concerned partner will be notified. I'll save this. Now we have created all the masters. So now let us go to email. So now here we can see we have two audits. So we need to select for which audit we want to send the email. So I'll select internal control audit. When I select the period and the due date, kickoff date is by default is automatically selected from the audit master. Now you see, you can see the template here. So I have put many placeholders here. So whenever the email will be triggered, this placeholders will be replaced by the actual data and the email will be sent to the users. So I will preview and send. Now, when I say preview and send, you see we have two users and one partner selected. Actually, we had three users created, but as only finance and procurement department was mapped to this internal control audit, these two users are selected. One user from payroll department is will not get this email as it is not linked to this audit. So I'll say confirm and send. So we can see at the bottom here that emails are getting sent. So all the three emails are sent. So I'll go to this email and I see here that audit kickoff email is received 11:49. So this email is triggered and this is so all the other two users will have received the Same email. Now we can see here that the link is there, user ID, password, everything is getting triggered in the email. So this is how the emails will be triggered. Now going back to dashboard. Now we see on the dashboard that the data has come here, active audits, departments. There are three controls. All the three controls are pending. For internal controls audit, we see as we have sent the kickoff email, the kickoff status has changed to sent and audit status has changed to in progress. And for payroll, we can see it is not sent and it is not yet started because we have not yet sent the email. So in this way, the data can be entered into the app. Now let us move to the user section. So let us log into the user section. So this is how the user will be seeing the dashboard. So the controls mapped to them, all the controls mapped to them will come here, and see it is saying not yet started. So I'll just view these details. So this is how user can upload the evidences here. Now say some of the user did not understand what actually control is meaning to say or what the evidence actually is. So you can use simplify with Gemini. When we click simplify with Gemini, we'll get a easy explanation summary of the control. So let us see. So yes, so this is a simplified explanation of what the control is, what the evidence is. So this feature can be used if the user is not able to understand the control. Now we can use this browse option to upload the evidence. If say if multiple evidences are to be uploaded and the user currently has only one evidence, so he can upload one evidence and he can say partial save, and he can later add another evidence and then final submit. So let us add one evidence here. So yes, I'll partial save. Now say I have to upload before uploading another evidence, I have a question to ask. I have a query. So I'll ask for the clarification. I'll say, can you please elaborate? Okay, and I'll say request clarification. Now when I say request clarification, the partner who was allotted this control will receive an email. So let us see. So yes, here we see he has received an evidence. Audit kickoff mail, he had received evidence submit. The user had partially submitted the evidence, so that email has triggered. Clarification is requested, that email is triggered. So in this way, user will get the emails. Now let us go to the auditor login. So when we now we see the two controls are pending and one has gone to review as the auditor has submitted, as the user has submitted the evidence for one control. So the pending queries, the clarification is raised. So the pending queries can be seen here. Now when I go to evidence, so I can see the evidence that is uploaded here. Still the final status is not coming here. When the user will finally submit, the final will pop up here. Now we can see what the clarification is. So when we view, can see, can you please elaborate? So auditor can answer from here. Please upload bank reconciliation statement for any 1 month. And I can send the response. When I send the response, when the auditor or the partner sends the response, user will get an email that the clarification response. So the auditor has responded to your query. So now let us go back to the user login. So yes, so we can see here the clarification has been, auditor has responded to the clarification. Now basis the clarification, say I want to submit it as a final evidence and I don't want to upload any other evidence. So I'll say final submit. Now when I say final submit, the user cannot upload any evidence further and the submission gets locked as you have marked this as a final submit. Now, if the user feels that the more evidence is required or for any other evidence has to be uploaded, then user can ask for resubmission. So when the user asks for resubmission, again the partner gets an email that resubmission is requested. The final email also has gone. The evidence submitted final and resubmission is requested. So let me log out and let me go to the auditor login. So when I go to, so again, the pending queries has become zero because we have answered to the clarification that was requested. Now let me go to evidence and see. Now the auditor had submitted, user had submitted final. So the final is popping up here. Plus the user has asked for resubmission. So the auditor can either select allow or he can either deny. So let us allow. Now when we allow, let us go back to the user login. And we see now the evidence again is open for the tab is again open for resubmission. So say I'll for now say this is a final submit. Now let me log out from here and let me do the auditor login. So yes, when I go to evidence, now here this says final as the user has clicked it as final. Now say evidence is received and auditor is satisfied with the evidence, he can draft his opinion, draft his observation here. Say BRS is received but not approved by the management. And say he wants to refine this further, he can make use of the AI refine option. This AI refine option will give us multiple options by elaborating this and what exactly the observation should be, or auditor can take the help of this feature. Now say we are getting multiple options here. And say we can I want to select this as the observation, so I can copy this and I can paste it here. So this way observation can be drafted. Now the auditor is satisfied with the evidence, he has drafted his observation, so he can mark the status as open or closed. Say I mark this as closed. When I mark this as closed and go back to dashboard, we can see from review it has gone to done and two are still pending. Now when these two controls in the similar way, two controls when the observation is closed, all will be done. If we see for the internal control audit status is still in progress because one control is still pending. When that control will also be closed by the submitted by the user, the status will change to completed. So now let me take you to the reports part. So yeah, now say I want to check the control status report. Say I want to check for all controls, so I'll download all controls report. But let us download this report here. Let us open this. So yes, this is how the you can the auditor or partner can see the status of all the controls. So evidence submitted, evidence count one, clarification count one. So this way, all the details, detailed report can be downloaded from the report section. Coming back to the application, so this is how other reports can also be downloaded from the report section. So this is how this app helps from start to end, from kicking off the emails, collecting the evidence, and drafting the auditor's opinion, plus downloading all the relevant reports. To build this application, I have made use of ChatGPT to help me get few prompts. And I also use ChatGPT for giving me the app script code, which I have used here in the email section. I have used this URL to act so that Google App Script can act as a bridge so that I can trigger emails from here and they can be sent to the users. And I've built this app on Google AI Studio. Thank you.